Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune reading. In fact, it is almost October. Can you believe it's almost October? I cannot believe that it is almost October, but it is almost October, and that means it's time for the October birthday reading. So I'm going to be doing a full Futhark reading with these little black glass runes. Time in divination doesn't run by clocks and calendars. It has to do with events. So this is going to happen, then this, then this, then this. This can take a day, or this can take a year, or this can take 10 years, or whatever. So that's the thing about divination, is you can't say when is this going to happen, because it's very hard to nail that down. That having been said, when I do a full Futhark reading, it tends to be for about a year. So this, happy birthday to the October people, and we're dealing with, if I'm not mistaken, Libras and Scorpios. So let's see what we have for the October birthday. I'm going to start it over here, and we're going to go from there. These are kind of rounded runes, so you're going to have to take my word for what they are, because between the natural shading and the lighting, it's not all, and the reflections, they may not all be visible to you. So I'm going to do the best I can with this. So October birthday people, right now you are in a situation where, here's your central issue right now where we are, happy birthday, where I'm going to read this a couple of ways. First of all, this is Othala. It's the rune of the home and the homeland, and it is reversed, but it's on the path line. So the two ways I'm going to read this are this. Yes, I've just spit on my thingy, but that's okay. First of all, it has to do with letting go of things that no longer serve you. It's about basically things that you may have carried as part of your identity for a very long time, but now that you've moved forward in your life and you've learned and you've grown, you're feeling like, I don't need this anymore, and that I need to just basically let this go because it's not serving me anymore. So you're doing that right now. Second of all, you're looking for, you're sort of seeking an inner version of home that you can have with you wherever you are. And that's awesome. You want to do that. That's certainly good. You know, it's always, you know, people to be able to dance in the chaos, like whatever's going on around you, to be able to find that inner spot, that inner place that is always going to be a solace to you, that's always going to be a sanctuary for you, no matter where you are or what's going on. So that's also admirable. And at the same time, you're also, and then the third way I'm going to read this is, you may feel a little bit unseated at the moment. You may feel like you've been knocked out of your comfort zone. And so that's part of what's driving you to let go of things that no longer serve you, and to seek an inner version of home that you will have wherever you are and whatever's happening. So that's all going on. What led up to this? There was a big revelation. Big, huge, unignorable, giant, massive, blazing, blinding revelation that has just happened. And that's probably what unseated you. That's probably what has knocked you out of your comfort zone and has started you looking for, okay, what do I not need in my life anymore, and what can I let go? And also, how do I find that inner sense of solace that I can always access no matter what crazy things are going on around me? So what will help with that is we have Berkana reversed. Now Berkana is the rune of beginnings and birth. It's the birch tree. It is reversed, but it's on the upper line. So I'm going to say, it also has to do with yin identity. So again, I'm going to read this a couple of ways. First of all, there may be something that you have begun that you may want to pause. There may have been something that was like big, but now with the new revelation is like you may have to be like, okay, well, I'm going to have to put this new beginning on pause that I have started this thing. Doesn't mean forever. It just means for now. Secondly, it means look inward for your inner natural identity, because that's going to help you. And third, this is like threes. This is a reading of threes already. Just two of these runes I've been reading three ways. Third, it's time to begin something inwardly. You're having a beginning inwardly that is like an inner beginning. It's like you're incubating and you're starting something inwardly, but also to do with your inner world. So that's exciting. Now, what won't help is you're worried about your happiness. We have Vunyo. Vunyo is the rune of joy. It's in the lower line. It has to do with you're worried about whether you're going to be happy, which, you know, is valid. But that can it's, I think it was Georgia O'Keeffe. I'm pretty sure it's Georgia O'Keeffe who's like, happiness isn't as important as being interested in something. Happiness is like momentary, it's fleeting, it's like weather. Yes, you can be happy, but then that comes and goes. Whereas if you're interested in something, this can carry you forward. That doesn't really have anything to do with this. So actually it kind of does, because if you bring yourself up to this inner beginning, then and you're seeking of your inner identity, this is actually very, very interesting work. Okay, so I threw down the upper and lower runes for these, so I'm going to continue with what isn't helping. What isn't helping is you're worried about happiness, and you're worried about that you're not going to be able to tend your needs. You're worried that you're going to have needs that are so extreme that it's going to be really, really hard to deal with anything. You're worried you're going to have needs that are going to make you unhappy. So it's like too much needs, because we have Nauthi's reversed. That's the rune of need, and it's in the lower line, like the lowest line, and it's reversed. So it's like a really strong needs, and it's like, will I even be happy? Yes. And the way you're going to do this is look inward, begin something. You're going to be beginning something inwardly very naturally. You're going to be seeking this inner identity that's going to serve you moving forward in this new world. And what's going to help you with that is be open to nature. We have Hagalaz. Hagalaz is the rune of the hailstorm. It has to do with chaos and also the uncontrolled uncontrollables, but also has to do with natural forces. And it's this whole thing we were just talking about here, where you want to find that inner home where no matter what's going on around you, you can have that stillness and solace, that comfort and that sanctuary, no matter what's going on around you. And it's almost like stepping into the chaos is going to help you temper this. It's going to help you build and grow this new identity that is going to be able to dance in the chaos, no matter what's going on around you. But also just tapping into your own inner natural forces energy, because you too are a force of nature, my dear. So moving forward from that, your next step after this whole thing is you're going to have a lot more confidence than you had before. We have Fehu. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. It is reversed and it's on the path line. So this has to do with your own inner wealth and worth and your confidence. And that's what your focus is on the next step. But you're already there, basically. You're like, okay, I've done all this, now I'm a lot more confident. I'm moving forward. What is going to help you is you have a great support system right now. We have algaes, it's upright, it's on the path line. It's basically, it's not even inner, although you do have a good inner support system as well. This is focusing on your outer support system. So like family, friends, just basically the systems in general. Things are in place that are going to support you. So this is going to help you maintain this confidence. Now, what you're worried about and what might drag you down is we have Sovilo, which is the sun rune, has to do with source energy. You are worried about the energy that you may or may not have. This could drag you down if you're worried about it, but just, let yourself lean on this, because this is there for you. You have the support system. You have the support that you do need. So not to worry. Our next step is we have Uruz. Uruz is the rune of the wild ox, the aurochs. You've seen those in paintings. Those are the great big moo cows in the cave paintings. Actually, the great big oxen in the cave paintings. So this has to do with health, strength and health. So all of this is a very strong line. We have, you have confidence at this point, and then your next step is you have the strength. You have the strength and you have the health. And what's helping you with that at that step is you're maintaining this. You're actively tending the world around you to create this space where you have all the strength and protection and health that you need. So, and you'll probably have help. You'll probably also have the help from the support here. This is like pushing buttons, because this is like a cushy thing. So you are actively a part of creating the world around you that is going to maintain this strength. And the strength is inherent. I mean, that's one of the things about the ox is the ox doesn't lift weights. The ox is inherently strong, and you are inherently strong. And coming through this, you are really stepping into this inherent strength. And again, what helps is you're working on it. You're actively a part of this. This is Ingvaz, it's Ing's rune. Ing's another name for Frey. Frey is the fertility god. So it has to do with active creation. So you're actively creating the structures around you that are keeping you strong and healthy. What doesn't help is you are going to be worried about surprises. And it's not even necessarily unpleasant surprises because it's not reversed. But this is Pertho, it's the rune of the lot box, fate, surprises, things that were already there but you didn't know about and suddenly surprise. This is what you're worried about. And it may even be that something will come up that will be a surprise. That will just throw you off your groove. And that might drag you down. But if that starts to be the case, just basically say, you know what, no, I am inherently strong. I am a strong aurochs, and I am going to step up and shape this as well. This becomes material to use with which to continue to build and create and shape your surroundings. So just use what comes up, and that will help you. And your next step will be is we have Rydho reversed. Now this is interesting because all of this, it almost seems like a counterintuitive step. So let's see, turn back over, Ansus. Goodness gracious. I'm doing a video here. Oh my gosh, they made Gabo look almost just like Nothys, but Nothys is definitely Nothys. Okay. You know, all these came out, and I have an extra one in my hand, so you know what? I'm just going to put this down where it was going to go. Where was I? I'm going to lay these down, and I'm just going to talk about it. It's good practice. Okay, so you've got a preview. Okay, so Rydho is the rune of the journey, and in turned and reversed, it has to do with the end of a journey. So at this point, you're reaching the end of a journey that you were on. But it's also an inner journey. It talks about turning the journey inward and continuing inwardly with what you were doing. But really, I'm seeing this on the path line as, okay, you've reached this point, and then there's an end to a journey that you were on. At this point, what's going to help you the most is communication. We have Ansus. Ansus is the rune of communication and manifestation. Be in communication with your support staff, with everything that you've been working with so far. Just be in communication with. This is not reversed. You will have an inner thing going on as well, but really this is like outside world stuff. Be in communication. Have that open. And continue to manifest what you're working on here as well, because that's a part of it. What doesn't help is we have Gabo, and Gabo's the rune of the gift, and it has to do with an exchange, and it has to do with agreements, decisions, and goals. You may have had a plan, and this may not have been your plan. Whatever, led up to this, whatever happens, you may have had a plan, but things are going to be different. Things may be different, or maybe you're just worried that things are going to be different, and that could drag you down. If that all starts to be the case, bring yourself back up to here. A journey that you were on is ending in this step. So this is like several steps along. This is like 5 steps along from like now, or even further, because time with divination is not necessarily clocks and calendars. So what will help here is we have Ansus, and that is the rune of communication. Just because this is a kind of a worrying line, I'm going to put down 2 more runes. And we are going to read those. So what's going to help you also with the communication is actively doing that. You're going to you're tending your needs, you're tending your responsibilities. We have Tivaz. Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr's the warrior god. So it has to be like an active picking up and making the effort of, it's like, yeah, this is big, but I'm going to talk about it. At the same time, tending duties and responsibilities, and this is part of it. You're going to have a lot to do. Keep merry by having that communication thing open. What isn't going to help again is worrying about your plans and worrying about that this is a huge challenge. It's not reversed, so sorry. Thurizaz is the rune of challenge. It's in the lowest line. So lowest line is either things that might come up or things that you're worried about coming up. So you're worried about your plans, and you're worried about that it might be a really, really big challenge. Not an impossible challenge, though. So that's even in the lower lines, there's some good hope. But even if this starts to drag you down, bring yourself back up to this and talk about what's going on, pick up and make the effort to do that, because that's going to help you the most. What your next step is we have Manas reversed. Now, Manas is the rune of humanity and your place in it. Reversed, it has to do with sort of turning away from the crowd and really focusing on your own voice and your own drummer, such as it is, and basically just listening to your own. I mean, you've turned your journey inward, so it's basically you are basically listening to yourself. You're listening to your own needs and your own direction. And what will help you with this is we have Avaz. Avaz is the rune of the horse. The horse has to do with movement, but also spirit. So I'm going to say let spirit carry you in this case. Let spirit carry you forward. Also keep moving. Keep moving forward. Don't stop. And if this is literally what this says down here. We have what isn't helping you on this step, where you're basically turning inward. You're listening to your own direction, moving forward. Don't stop. We have Isa as what isn't going to help you. Isa is the ice rune. So ice is standstill and stillness, and just don't get stuck. Don't freeze. That's not going to help you. If you start to freeze, go, no, you know what? I'm going to keep moving forward, and if I can't do it, I'm going to let my spirit do it. Turn it over to whatever your version of spirit is, and let spirit carry you forward. That could be nature, that could be time, that could be guardians and guides and angels and deities and whatever else. But let it, keep moving forward, and if you feel like you can't move forward, get on this horse spirit. This is the horse. So get on that horse and let the horse carry you forward for you. And what this will lead to is we have Ivaz. Ivaz is the rune of patience and slow growth. It's the yew tree rune. How many more runes do I have in here? If I have 3, that'd be perfect. I have 3! So okay, beautiful. Look how beautiful this is. Look how beautiful this is. I will tell you why. So after this step where you've just basically moved forward, you've made yourself move forward, or you've let spirit carry you forward, you're going to enter into this period of time where it's going to be like patience and slow growth. You're just going to be moving forward step at a time, being patient, and just acknowledging that this is the journey. I am taking one step and then I'm going to take another step, and trusting that you are going to get where you need to be. It may not be immediately, but it will definitely be. And what will help you at this point is opening up. We have Kaunaz. Kaunaz is the rune of the torch. It's the fire, something that starts small like a little ember and then turns into a blaze. I'm even actually sort of seeing this in this particular case as letting spirit shine this light forward for you. So even when you can get off the horse and move forward on your own, you're letting that light continue to illuminate your path. So you won't feel like it's forever. You'll know that this is like every step is necessary and every step is important, and we're going to move forward. What doesn't help is we have on this step, when you're moving forward slowly, with the patience and slow growth, long path, in and out, and moving between worlds and all the things that Ivaz has to do with, we have Laguz reversed. And Laguz is the rune of emotion and intuition and heart. It's water, it's the lake, it's all that watery stuff. So there's going to be some negative emotions that you're going to have to deal with. There's going to be some times when you aren't going to trust your heart, or you're going to worry that you can't trust your heart. Try not to let that drag you down. That's all worry. Bring yourself back up to where you are opening up, moving forward into the world step by step, and letting whatever version of spirit you cling to or you resonate with light the path before you. And what this will all lead you to, probably about a year from now, is we have Yura. Yura is the rune of the year, which is neat. It also has to do with the harvest. So you're going to see the fruits of your labors within the year, it looks like. It's going to be very, very positive. You're going to just see this. Everything is going to come up that you had planted, and it's going to be nourishing and profitable, and it's going to be excellent, and I am proud of you already. And so that, happy birthday, October birthday people, is your October birthday reading. Full Futhark reading for the year. So I wish you a lovely birthday, and I wish you a lovely year, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.